Hello everyone, my name is Protasilaos, also known as Prot, just to provide you with another quick status update on the hut project. Right now I am standing by the stream. This is a land that I cleared recently from overgrown vegetation, and I have been doing a lot of work here. I have done infrastructure work such as the stairs, and I also earlier today, I installed some more pipes. And I want to show you how this place looks and explain why I am doing all this work, why there is a pipe coming to this spot and so on. So let me switch to the rear camera and then I will show you the whole thing. Let's get a view of the place. So I am now standing at the edge and you can see the stream is down there and there is the pipe. We see it over here. This, by the way, this red stool is where I am sitting on when I do videos. So if you have watched any of my philosophy videos, for example, where I am sitting, it's on that thing over there. And I will have a small table in front just to place my phone and then do the recording. And you will see over there, inside of that is the piping system. We will get there. Here are the stairs that I have carved out of the mountain. Up there is the corridor that I have dug again, carved out of the mountain, and I have done a video about this, so you may have watched it already. And there are other videos as well where you can see this spot. It was not like this, of course. This is now my work. It was overgrown with vegetation. To get an idea of how it was, just look at other spots that I have not I made work on, I have not interfered with. You can see how it is. So just as it is here, it was here as well, all of it. And step by step, with a lot of hard work, I have turned it into this. So yeah, let me switch off the water, by the way. And here I have this, and we will now go and see the pipe work, and then I will explain why I even have a pipe here. So the pipe here was watering the willow, and that's a lot of water. This is great. I have, of course, dug those basins for the trees. And now let's head into the stream. You can see, by the way, from the vegetation here, we have an opening, and this is my doing, of course. This is not how it was. It was all dense. And I did the opening and I cleared everything so that I could do my work here with greater ease. We can see the water flowing here. This is the stream. Of course, now it's the 20th of June 2024, and the stream will eventually run out of water, but not yet. Further up the stream, you may recall that I have installed a dam. I built a dam, and I am channeling the water through those pipes all the way down to the hut. And this is how I get water at the hut for all my projects. And we can see here how we have all this dense vegetation. You can imagine how it was. The first time I came here last year, so it was last spring, the very first videos I did from the pipe work I did, you will see in those videos, there is one, I don't remember which one, where I come to this spot, to that specific spot, and I had to declog the pipe over there, where there is the connection. And to reach this spot here, I had to walk through vegetation. And as you will see, there are spots here you can still see. There are these thorny plants that are hanging all the way down. They were hanging all the way down. And of course, it's easy to get injured on these. I'm not sure if you can see it because my camera will not focus. But anyway, trust me, they are thorny. Yeah, come on, focus. Focus, pocus. It won't. No. Anyway, you have to believe me, folks. What can I do? It's full of thorny plants here. Full of thorny plants. And it was dense like that all the way. All the way. And you can see how it is here. You can see how much darker it is comparative. to what we have there comparatively, and you can tell where you see the opening over there. It's again my doing, because there is the big willow tree, the bigger willow tree, from where I took a branch, and I have now my own willow over there, the one I was watering, what you saw there. So let's come here to the pipes. As I said, this leads all the way up to where the dam is. Of course, calling it a dam is kind of an exaggeration. It's a tiny little thing, but it's enough to collect water. That is the idea. So I installed this pipe last year, and originally there was only this connection over here, and the pipe was going from there down there. So what I did earlier today is I removed the connection, which only had a single point of entry, and I added this kind of setup here, which creates this bifurcation, and now I can bring water, you see, I can bring water all the way to that spot over there. We will walk back there again, and I will tell you about the plants. Now, you may wonder, why did I move it in that direction and not turn it towards this direction? And the reason is because the stream is here, so I want to make sure that the pipes are on the side of the stream where it is less likely for them to interfere with the stream, with the water, because there are days where there is a lot of water. When it's raining, especially during the winter, there is a lot of water coming down the mountain, and it may bring with it some pieces of wood or whatever. So I don't want those to damage the pipe work that I have here. And so we have the pipe moving in that direction, and there it goes. Of course, it's not 100% safe. It can still get harmed there. So my idea eventually is to establish some poles and give some extra height to those pipes. But this is a longer term project. There is simply too much for me. I cannot do everything all at once, but I am trying as best I can. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about this specific spot where I am here. What you are seeing here is a shrub, and this shrub is called the quince. Maybe you know it as the quince tree. So shrub, tree, that is a technicality. We don't really care about it. The scientific name of this shrub is Kidonia oblonga. In Greek, we call it Kidonia, which is quite convenient for us Greek speakers. And this is a fruit-bearing plant, so that's nice. I don't know if there will be any fruits here, but I don't really mind. For me, what matters is that this stays in place. It's very nice. And we see offshoots of it growing, such as this one over here, and this one over there, and this one over there. So that's really nice. Now, let me head back to the land that I have been working on and tell you what the idea is. Why am I even working on this? You will see here where we have these rocks, this formation of rocks. This is my doing. They were not there. Of course, now they are covered by all this grass, but don't worry about it. That will eventually decay, and we will see it more clearly there, what I have done. The point is that I have been reinforcing the ground here because I do not want the stream, which is moving that way, I do not want it to ever move in that direction. Because if it moves in that direction, it will eventually erode a lot of the land that goes all the way to my hut. And I don't want to take any risks. I don't want to put my hut and by extension myself in danger. So consider this a flood control measure, even though it may not be obvious, but it really is a flood control measure. Here we have the willow. The willow is a tree that grows... Oh, one second, because I got caught in some of those thorny plants. Let's see, can we see it? Come on, focus, focus. Yes, you see? Yeah. So I think you saw it. So it's... Oh, ouch. It's full of thorns here. Anyway, the willow. The willow is a tree that grows close to sources of water, such as streams, and I want it to be here. This is its natural habitat. As I said, I picked it from further up there, and here is its natural habitat, and I want it to grow here because it will again help reinforce the ground here. It will be this bulwark where it will prevent the stream from ever coming this way, and it will stay that way where I want it to be. So here is the willow. Let's go and see what else we have here. Of course, you can see the stairs, all that work. It's really hard work to do those stairs because you have to chip away at the mountain, and the soil is dense. It is full of stones, as you can see here, all the stones you will see there, and of course you have to do it when it's warm, and it's a lot of work, but I keep doing it and I enjoy it. I have done a lot of such projects already, so I am used to it. Now, what do we have here? Here we have a poplar tree, poplar or poplar, I forgot. I think it's poplar, the white poplar to be specific. In the scientific name is Populus alba. So the Populus alba is this tree over here. This is a tree which, like the willow, grows close to sources of water. So again, this is its natural habitat, and this is a tree that grows to more than 15 meters in height. It is a large tree, or at least a tall tree. I wouldn't call it a large tree because for me a large tree also has to be wide, whereas this one is not really wide. It's just going upward, but it's nice to have. I want to have this here because of the deep roots that it will create, which again help to keep the soil in place. So I planted the poplar, I planted the willow. Here we have a cane, and you may remember from other videos I have done that there are lots of canes close to my hut. There were many more, but I eventually cleared them, and we can see that it is already growing a new cane here, like this, and these grow really quickly. So within a month or so there will be already a formation of canes here. Same idea, I want them to hold the ground there, just keep the stream that other way. We don't want it to come here. So I also planted the cane. Now let's come here. Here is the edge where I was standing when I first started recording this video, but we will talk about that in a second. Here we have another Populus alba. Same idea, hold your ground there, and keep everybody safe and enjoy your stay here. Whereas this is something that is naturally occurring. I'm not sure what it is. I suspect it is an almond tree. It was there, I cleared the land and I noticed it there. So I left it there and I am taking care of it. Of course, you can see that I watered it earlier. I don't know. If it's an almond tree, I will keep it here. Of course, you can see that there are almond trees here, large almond trees. So there is a good chance that this is an almond tree as well. But we will see. If it is not an almond tree, then I might plant something else here. Or I might not plant anything. But we will see. So that almond tree is naturally occurring. I think I said it, but I just say it again just to be sure. Here we see some grapevines. These are naturally occurring. I haven't done anything. You can see actually they grow all the way up here. I don't care about harvesting grapes from here. I really don't care. What matters is that these form some formation that again holds the soil in place. This is the most important thing, to prevent soil erosion. Here, this plant here is a walnut tree. And this was covered by overgrown vegetation. You can imagine how it was when everything you see above it was covering it. And actually it was covering all the way down here. It was covering the whole side of the hill. So what I did here to this naturally occurring walnut tree is I cut off the uppermost part to give it the impetus it needs to grow. And maybe I can just show you. I also dug a little hole there so that I can apply some water to it. And this way I will boost its growth rate and I will guarantee its survival here. Again, as with the grapes, I don't really care if it yields any nuts. In this specific spot, I won't be collecting them anyway. I want it to be here as a flood control / safety measure. Next to it, we see those canes that I have over there. I have added them. And then we see this almond tree that those canes are supporting. This almond tree was considerably smaller when I first got here. I mean, when I first got here a couple of months ago, not when I first got to the hut. A couple of months ago, when I reached this point and I cleared this land, I discovered this. And it was considerably smaller. And it has grown this much, which leads me to believe that this is not a standalone plant. This is the offshoot of one of those over here. And I have other offshoots growing closer to the hut, which appeared around March and were this small. And now they are over a meter tall. And this is not the kind of growth that happens with an ordinary tree that grows from a seed. This has to be an offshoot. And I strongly believe that this is the case as well, an offshoot of an almond tree up there, which means that by next year it will already look like a tree. It will already look like what we have over here, which is fantastic. So yes, this is the idea, folks, but there is one little thing I still want to tell you about. And you will notice that conspicuous cane close to the stairs. So you may be wondering, why is this here? This is not for me to plant canes here. I don't want them to be in the middle, but I have it there to remind me of the location of this little thing over here. In case you don't know, this is a grapevine, and this was not here a few days ago. It sprang out of nowhere, and it is already growing at a rapid pace. Of course, it means that there is a root underground, and then we just see the leaves over here, and this will grow really quickly. This phenomenon, what you see here, occurs all around my hut, and I am very excited to see how it will look in a couple of years, because I have all these grapevines growing out of nowhere. When I first came to the hut, so last year, I had to deal with vegetation like this, all over the place, really, seriously. And among all those, there were some grapevines as well, but you couldn't eat any grapes out of them. Of course, they were competing with all this vegetation. Of course, they wouldn't be yielding fruit. So what I did is I cut down everything. I didn't leave anything. This includes the grapevines. And eventually I set it all on fire. Once I collected all the piles, I started burning them. And so I reached the point where my ground was like what you see here. There was nothing growing on it. And then this year, we have these grapevines that have come to take the spot. Because, of course, if you think about it, they have no competition now. The roots are there, so they grow back. And I let them grow, whereas if I see other plants that I don't want, I cut them down. So this is the idea. And this is also happening right here. Maybe we can see it right there. You see? So again, that's more grapevines. I don't care if those will yield fruit. Same idea. They can just stay here and hold the ground in place. So yeah, this is all, folks. Let me close with the last thing. This is all I mean for the plants. Let me close with the last thing, which is my plan for the coming weeks. As I said, this is the edge. And you will notice that over there, there is still ground. Now here, you will notice that it is deeper. So here it is half a meter deep, and over there it is over a meter deep. My ambition, my plan for the coming weeks is to create a land bridge, to establish a land bridge. So I will bring soil from around the area here, and I will start consolidating it here. Of course, doing all the requisite work. So I won't just bring soil and leave it there. I will do all the work that is needed to make sure that this place looks tidy and eventually have a contiguous area leading to the other side. Of course, the fact that I did that work doesn't go to waste, because I still benefit from this. Up there, I haven't talked about it, but I did talk about it in previous videos. Up there is a hawthorn that I planted. There is another hawthorn over there. So yeah, again, same idea, more plants to keep the hill where it is. But the land bridge will be very nice to make this an area that is easier for me to access. So yeah, this is it, folks. This is all for now. A lot of hard work, and I am convinced that given all the work I am doing here and the results I am seeing, I am convinced that the will and hard work of even a single man can move mountains. And I think this is not an exaggeration. It's just a matter of commitment, just a matter of dedication, just a matter of being meticulous. So let me switch to the rear camera and salute you. So yeah, take care, folks, and I will talk to you again next time. Goodbye for now.